The death of Chadwick Boseman. I gotta admit, when I first saw it, I was surprised as anybody. And the fact that it was colon cancer, because he looked like a very normal guy. And according to this, he's been battling it for a total of 4 years. 4 years, he's been battling this. He's been battling this cancer ever since he was probably first announced to play Black Panther all the way back in the MCU, back in Comic Con. He's been battling this for a while. Since Civil War came out, since he was first shown as Black Panther, which I gotta admit, that's pretty sad. For his life, his family, his whole career. He made such a headway as James Brown, Jackie Robinson. He was on top of the world. Straight up, he was on top. And I'm saying this from the heart. I didn't pay attention to much of his movies. At a certain point, but when he was as Black Panther, and I got to see the Black Panther movie, I brought along my father and my nieces and nephews. I thought, this guy, he embraced the role of Black Panther, and the other cast and crew members of his Marvel family when he played the movie. There's his co-star Angela Bassett, who played his mom, Lupita Nyong'o. The director Ryan Coogler, he put his heart and soul into this project. They all did, and showing in Afrofuturism. It's that style concept they wanted for this film. To show the African life, how it represented, and how it translates to the Wakandans on the comics, how they made the comic book become reality in this movie. And now and they were working so hard. We know that. They were trying already making plans for Black Panther 2, and but those are now down the toilet because, the COVID virus, everyone's dealing with the coronavirus, COVID-19 outbreak, everything has been postponed for like at least a year. And now that Chadwick is dead, this is having such a huge impact, Now, I did not expect him. There was that video he showed 4 months ago in April. It showed him, very, very skinny. People were scared and worried for him because he looks skinny. But now I found out about the cancer. They had it right on the money to be worried, And it shows how unpredictable it is, how unpredictable life is, how unpredictable things are, In certain circumstances, people expect things to be all right. Look at right now. We're dealing with post-coronavirus. The virus has not been completely crushed out. I heard an article about the other day in China that a man got reinfected with the virus, even though he was immunity all clear, but he got infected again. And now this, and Chadwick, he was, very beloved. Ryan Coogler, the creator of the film and director, and helmed the project. He was such a fan of what he was doing when they were when Marvel were trying to make the decision on which Avengers they were going to disintegrate during the snap for Infinity War. He went to them trying to tell them to slow their brakes. They shouldn't do this, but they have to ultimately do it to show the impact of Thanos. But he didn't. I, for one, I embraced him as Black Panther and as a fan because it was Black Panther is one of my favorite movies, and now his work is gone. He was a humanitarian. He helped people a lot. His roles were astounding. He was such a good performer, and now that he's taken, it shows that this year had been a very, very dark turn for people. It's no guarantee we don't know when this is going to end. I know his death, is uncertain and cannot be undone, but he left a legacy and an impact that will be talked about for many years. He was a good person. He valued his work. Michael B. Jordan, his fellow co-star, said he knew him for a long time, ever since he was 17. Marvel just did a tribute video of him, showing that how much they respected the man. You got quotes from all of his fellow actors, including Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans playing Iron Man in America. it shows that they're willing, shows that they had a lot of respect for him and how enthusiastic he was, in this film. Him being pronounced as Black Panther, his performance, he sold it to me. Every time I just see this movie, I picture him as T'Challa, and he embraced the role of Black Panther. And with Black Panther 2, who it was going to be a downside. He was going to headline that film, knowing that it was, and since how successful the first movie was, Ryan Coogler, who directed the last film, was going to come back and do everything like he did before, just better and expanding, especially with the world of things. But with his death now, everything's going to change, It shows that the world, people acknowledge him, It shows that things life just sucks sometimes, I mean, as a person myself who's battled depression for a very long time, I know how that's just made extra real, And a fan of his, I almost cried when I saw the news article on the news, I almost cried myself, because that film remains an integral part. I love that film. I saw it with my father, my nieces and nephews. Everything was about it, So I'm speaking from the heart over here. There won't be another person that will ever be as good as Chadwick Boseman in the role of Black Panther. And even now, as everything tries to move forward in life, trying to move on without him, his presence is still here. Even though he's gone physically from this world, his presence is still here. He's still, a very important actor, a person, a human being, an artist. He embraced life, even though he probably was very, very sick. The fact that we may not have seen much of him lately in the months of him that he died, but it showed that he was, brave. Even though he was very, very sick, he was still brave enough, to keep being an artist and keep performing as an actor, even though he was sick with this disease for 4 long years. 4 years of battling cancer. He did not let him slow him down. Even though he faced the fear of death, and he's down. He died too young, in my opinion, at the age of 43. But he still remains integral to me, and to a lot of people as a very gifted artist. So that's why I'm making this video now. I didn't make it sooner because I didn't feel, feeling conflicted a little bit. There was so much going on. I mean. But now I made this video. I'm giving you my opinion. I know I haven't made much videos lately. I'm just, with the whole COVID thing, everybody is, dealing with life in its own way, its own problems. We're all trapped in this dark year, and life is it's just so hard right now, and it's probably not gonna get any better anytime soon. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. I just gave you a heart-to-heart video of what I think. I'm not doing this for money or anything. I'm just giving you my honest opinion. And as an artist, and as a creator of YouTube, and my opinion as a person, this is how I truly feel. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman, and you'll be missed. And you will always be Black Panther to me. Wakanda forever.